Tour, it had such a big impact on that tournament, but where people are trying to translate it into Standard, it hasn't really shown up yet.
Yeah, it hasn't made it all the way. All right, as you guys will see, we got Mr. Prosak on the left, Todd on the right.
Yeah,
and
actually switch these around.
Perfect.
I'll line it up with the players.
We've got deck lists in front of us. I know this is going to shock everybody. Joey, what are they playing?
It looks like a mirror match.
I can't believe it.
A mirror
Myself.
match. What decks could they possibly
Shock.
be playing?
Round 1, we've started with Delver mirrors. Buckle
Blue-white
up,
Delver
everybody.
mirror.
Buckle up. You're going to see a lot of Seachrome Coast today.
All right, so I'm looking at Todd's list, and I'm looking for the differences. Looks like he cut a Divine Offering.
Okay.
Added an additional Gut Shot. Found room for a Probe and a 4th Restoration Angel. I'm trying to figure out what he cut. Oh no, he cut the Thought Scours. So he cut 2 Thought Scours and a Divine Offering from Jerry's 75. Obviously, I'm just basing it off of Jerry's 75 when I say cutting cards. So no Thought Scours, no Divine Offering. He's got the 4th Probe, the 4th Restoration Angel, and an additional Gut Shot.
You'll find here Adam's list. He's only got 3 Restoration Angels. You're going to find 3 Thought Scours, 3 Probes, and 4 Ponders. So 10 cantrips to get through his deck pretty quick. Standard 4 Vapor Snag, 4 Mana Leaks. Does Todd have 2 Dismembers as well?
He does.
Okay, so they both have that. They both have 2 Sword of Feast and Famines. And I've got 1 Gut Shot here. Todd has 2.
Yeah, Todd has 2. Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, they're pretty similar decks.
Almost a mirror. Yeah, almost. Yeah. But one thing that's interesting about Todd's mana base, he has 2 copies of Cavern of Souls.
Okay. Adam definitely doesn't have any. I mean, Adam's deck list, you'll find 9 islands and 3 plains. So basically, I think Todd only has 1 plains in his deck.
Yeah, Todd has 1 plains. Yeah, so 9 island, 1 plains. Yeah.
That's kind of the crossover. Is Adam has 2 plains where they have 2 Cavern of Souls. And then the sideboards are pretty different. I mean, we'll definitely get to those when the sideboarding games come up. But one thing that's really standing out in Adam's that I'm looking at right away is that he has 3 Blade Splicers in his sideboard, which is going to give him the ability to go aggressive in those sideboarded games. It's interesting to see if he's going to want those in the mirror, just because I don't really know how good Blade Splicer is in the mirror when you can just Vapor Snag a token. And then you're left with a 3-mana 1/1, which is
really bad.
Really bad. Embarrassing is the word I was thinking.
Yeah, okay, that works too.
And then Todd
has an interesting sideboard. Well, Todd has Jerry's exact sideboard with the difference of 1 card. He cut Phyrexian Metamorph, and he's playing Tameo the Moon Sage.
Tomato.
Yeah, tomato. Let's call the whole thing off.
And then, and then I'm on Adam's. I mean, Consecrated Sphinx has become pretty standard sideboard card and a sideboard strategy when they board into the control deck. But Adam has 2 Sun Titans instead of Consecrated Sphinx.
Okay.
And I'm sure they both have Phantasmal Images. I've got 3 here. You've got 3 over there as well.
Yep.
So it's going to be interesting because Adam, typically what happens is they're going to board into a control deck a lot when you're playing this deck, and Adam is basically going to be boarding into the Sun Titan Image deck, which is very Solar Flare-esque, where they're boarding into Consecrated Sphinxes, and Todd's got his Tomato, that sort of thing. So this will be interesting to see how it plays out. This is kind of a new take. I know that someone had written in the forums just about Sun Titan in the sideboard instead of Consecrated Sphinx, and how you like going about that. So I'd like to see how it's going to play out.
So it looks like players are waiting to start. I think we're about to get started. Probably just checking on communication issues with the judge or
party time.
All right, there we go. So Todd leads on Island Delver.
A pretty standard start. Some would say the best start you can have.
It's like same from Adam, Island Delver. Even the same island.
So checking for blackjack, no show. No show on blackjack.
All right, Gut Shot. So Todd Gut Shots Adam's Delver and plays Glacial Fortress. Swings in with his 1/1 Delver.
I mean, pretty important turn for Todd. Just taking care of the best threat pretty much on the first early stages of the game.
And Adam just plays Island and Go. Todd now able to flip his Delver off of a Ponder off the top. Now Insectile Aberration in for 3.
I see Adam has a Vapor Snag in his hand. I don't think he's going to use it at this point. He might use it on the end step here, but no, he's just going to keep going.
Todd adds Moorland Haunt, passes. Adam, Glacial Fortress, pass.
There's really no action, he has the potential to play around Midnight Haunting, but it doesn't look like he's going to do that. Just shove in.
So Todd in again with his Aberration, and Todd really doesn't need to do anything at this point. he can just wait until Adam decides to deal with the Delver. Ponder from Todd.
He can get a little further set up. We see a Snag, we see a Restoration, we see an Island. Those are really good cards for a Ponder, but most of the Ponders in this deck are very good anyway. You know, Todd can just further establish his board presence now, kind of get things set up, have a land for Moorland Haunt on the off chance that Delver dies, or he can even move in with Geist here if he wants to, and then we can see what it's going to leave, you know, him vulnerable to being tapped out. So
Todd's got a really nice looking hand. He's got Geist of Saint Traft, Restoration Angel, Sword of Feast and Famine, and Vapor Snag, which he just drew off that Ponder.
It's not a bad hand. It's not a bad hand. We know he has another Restoration Angel on top of his deck.
Yeah, I think it's second from the top.
Yeah. So Thought Scour is going to clear the way for some stuff. I think it's going to be time to use that Vapor Snag. Yeah, time to get this out of the way now.
All right, so Adam bounces Todd's Delver. Todd now has a more significant threat on the board.
We're going to clear Geist.
Yep.
So now we're going to get into the Restoration Angel phase of the game. This is where things get interesting. And now, you know, Todd can play Delver and have Restoration Angel up and also have access to a ton of things. He's just going to get it out now just to dodge Mana Leak, which is perfectly fine.
Absolutely. So Todd loses his Geist, but rebuilds his board with Restoration Angel Delver. And Adam has
a promo Restoration Angel.
Yeah, Restoration
I've never
Angel
seen that picture before.
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
And that's a good card. That's a very good card.
Sword of Feast and Famine for Todd. Equip to the Angel and swing. That is rough.
Todd has had a very good draw game one.
Yeah, Adam has to chump block, really.
Adam's going to go searching with Ponder. This is going to be a tough spot for him to get out of.
It really is. Although I've seen Adam pull games out before, so he made the finals of the Invitational last year back in December, and you know, with what at the time was the current iteration of the Delver deck.
Yeah.
Kind of illusions. But so he's been playing this deck for a while. But so is Todd. Todd, actually, I think the guy who started the entire illusions trend.
Kind of the fad, yeah. So Adam has a Geist, and he has a Vapor Snag in his hand. Checking for Blackjack again, and we're safe.
Delver stays a 1/1.
So this is going to be kind of interesting a little bit here. I guess he can move Sword if he wants to. Yeah, moving Sword over, making all blocks bad. He still has Vapor Snag, can bounce the guy, but even the bounce there isn't even good because he can just recast it. So he can take a hit, but I mean, Adam is just in really bad shape right now. It's inconceivable for me to see him come back. I mean, at this point, he can't really block with Delver because he can't block with Geist of Saint Traft because he has to give himself a shot to win. But as you see the Sword interaction there, where he stacks the effect with Sword, casts Restoration Angel, untaps, and you know, there's another one. I can't imagine him playing another turn.
Adam's like, all right, yeah, let's go to game two. Let's go to game two. So Todd Anderson with all the Restoration Angels and
all the everything.
Really, he had Geist. I mean, his Geist didn't do anything, but
yeah, he had Gut Shot for his Delver. He had all the things that game.
Yeah, looking, we have some of Todd Anderson's stats here. Top 4 Nationals 2009 with 5 color control. Top 8 in Nashville 2009. This is obviously in chronological order with Eldrazi Green. That was the same tournament I believe Callie, his wife, won with Eldrazi Green.
Yeah, that's the tournament that Callie actually did win leading up into Worlds that year.
Yeah, Grand Prix Houston 2010 makes top 4 with Thopter Depths and Extended.
Fairly good deck.
Yeah. Played Bug in Legacy last year at Nashville, made the finals. All kinds of finishes. Looking back, he was actually a finalist in Nashville just a couple weeks ago, really, with playing Seal.
Yeah, earlier this season, the tournament that Reduke actually ended up winning.
Yeah, that's right.
Todd was the runner-up there, and then on this circuit, just last week he top 8 with Maverick in Legacy. So, Todd's really dedicated himself to the game through his writing and just through playing, and the move to Roanoke and playing with Jerry. The finishes have been good. Finishes have been strong, and when you play that much and you're working with people around you that are that good, those things are going to happen as long as you're open-minded. So it's not really a big surprise to see the success.
Yeah, Todd has won with Blue-White Delver as recently as Washington D.C. just back, I believe that was early February.
Yeah.
And then Blue-White Illusions, which again was very similar back in Indianapolis just at the end of last year. So he's definitely has a lot of experience with this kind of deck.
Yeah, he's the one that, you can argue who gets the credit for this deck, with illusions and that sort of thing. But at the end of the day, I know that when I think of illusions and think of this kind of deck in general, I know Todd put the time and the work in. We started with Phantasmal Dragon, which is no longer with us, but he put a lot of time, a lot of work into this deck, and it surprises me when he doesn't play it, because he's one of the people who should know it the very best.
I guess I like Phantasmal Dragon better when it's a 3/4 flash flyer.
Yeah, I suppose that might be a little bit better. If you target it, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Decent.
People have compared Restoration Angel to Mistbind Click,
and rightfully so.
Yeah.
It plays a similar role in this deck. Now, what's going to be interesting, Joey, is the sideboarding. I don't. It's so hard to judge how to sideboard in this matchup, and I know that my nemesis Jerry wrote about it in his article this week. But there's so many different ways you can go. If you want to board into an aggressive strategy, if you want to board into a control strategy, the way that Adam's sideboard is lined up, and it looks like right now, when I mentioned the Sun Titans and the Blade Splicers and the images, is that he kind of wants to board into a control strategy. So I'm going to be interested to see where Adam is going to go with this, what he's going to take out. You hear a lot about people boarding out Mana Leak in this matchup, just because there's so many things that you want to counter. It's you might as well just throw a bunch of haymakers at each other.
Right.
It's really difficult to see. And from Todd's side, what do you see over there?
Like I said, Todd has pretty much the same sideboard as Jerry, and I think actually that's something that's relevant, because Adam sort of has the element of surprise on his side, because people are going to assume that he's going to have a similar sideboard to what won last week, and Adam's sideboard is just fairly different. Like you said, the Sun Titan thing, he's got Blade Splicers, I think you said over there.
Yeah, he's got 3 Blade Splicers.
He's got some different options. Todd, though, pretty much has the expected sideboard. So I think he, boards in the Sphinxes, probably boards into the control deck, same as you were saying. Brings in some Sphinxes, brings in some Tamios, brings in the Divine Offering just in case.
Yeah, just in case there's equipment.
There's a sword. I think I'm willing to have a dead card for the opportunity to kill an opposing sword.
I can agree with that. What's interesting here, and that's exactly what you brought up, during deck building, Team SCG Blue was sitting together, Jerry, Brad, Todd, those guys, and then Adam was sitting, by himself with the people he came with from Cincinnati.
Yeah.
So for Adam, he's probably got a good idea of what Todd's sideboard's going to look like, just because of last week, just because the articles that went through on StarCityGames.com this week. I am a company man. But for Todd's side, Todd doesn't really know what to expect. He thinks he knows what to expect.
Right.
But Adam is going to be coming from a different angle. So it's going to be interesting to see, exactly how the game plays out.
So Adam on the play with a Sea-Chrome Coast and gut shots Todd's turn 1 Island Delver.
Boom, baby.
So we saw Todd was on the play last game and really was able to take advantage of that. Adam now, let's see if he can do the same in this game. Adds a Moorland Haunt, passes back to Todd. Todd, Sea-Chrome Coast, go.
There's just so many stages in the game, which is what makes it interesting. At the beginning of the game, you have to take care of Delver. Now we're in see, Todd leaves the Mana Leak where I thought he may board it out. You can call, I don't even want to call this the mid game so much, but now this is the Geist part of the game.
Yeah.
Now we're on turn 4. Now we're in the Restoration Angel part of the game.
Yeah.
There's so many different areas to the game.
Todd able to Mana Leak Adam's turn 3 Geist, and board's been clear since. Now Restoration Angel from Adam.
Makes his way in.
And that was in response to Todd making a Spirit. So,
and just like you said with Mistbind Click, that's what makes, that card changes everything. Because right there, it's conceivable that Adam is just going to make a Moorland Haunt token, maybe trade with Todd's Moorland Haunt token, and then we'll go to the next phase of the game.
Right.
Todd makes a guy, Adam slides in a 3/4.
Yeah, he's just
okay.
A nice 1/1.
Yeah. And so now things have changed.
Yeah, so Adam now in with a 3/4 Restoration Angel. I'm really going to look at that promo art a little closer. I'm going to look it up.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one before.
I don't think I have either. And Todd in with his weekly little Spirit. Weekly was the wrong word.
We're at 17 all, but Adam obviously has the damage advantage at this point. Todd's hand's pretty good. I see some snags. I see a gut shot. I haven't seen a Snapcaster Mage from either one of these guys. I also see the Island. Todd just drew a Restoration Angel. So, things are going to get a little interesting now. Todd can keep attacking. You know, his snags are very, very live. So I think we might have a crossroads at this point. Yep, we're going to get some action now. Adam is safer on Mana Leak now, which is nice for his Restoration Angel. Both of them are drawing a pretty good amount of land.
Yeah, they're really pretty flooded. So there's that Restoration Angel again from Adam.
Todd had the opportunity there to get his Restoration Angel in if he wanted to, but Todd didn't have enough mana to play around Mana Leak, so it's kind of interesting there where he didn't take the opportunity to do that.
Adam plays Ratchet Bomb. Todd goes with Vapor Snag your Restoration Angel yet again.
And so now with Adam tapping out to cast, well, not even tapping out, but casting Ratchet Bomb, now it's a risk to even play Restoration Angel now on this turn, because we've seen that Todd has Mana Leak in his deck. You know, if he has a Snapcaster Mage in his hand, you know, he can't make the move. He can definitely make a Moorland Haunt token if he wants to, but chooses not to. More lands for, I mean, they both have lands. No real complaints of flooding.
Yeah, Mana Leak's going to be pretty dead pretty soon if it's not already.
Yeah, it's already close enough to being dead.
Yeah. So Restoration Angel from Todd.
Adam tries to get him to Restoration Angel Spirit Token. A clever trick, Adam. A clever ploy.
Restoration Angel in, and Adam gonna throw his own angel onto the board and block.
They're probably just gonna bounce off each other.
Yeah, just one of those.
What he doesn't know is the gutter ball.
Gut shot.
Gutter
from
ball.
Todd.
Corner pocket.
Takes out Adam's Restoration Angel. Finally, Todd has to use 3 cards to get rid of Adam's.
To get rid of the
one Restoration Angel.
All right, so Ratchet Bomb ticks up to 1, which is an interesting play, because he can leave it at 0 to take care of the Flip Delver, assuming it does flip, and a Spirit Token. But there's an off chance that he must has Mr. Sun Titan. Oh, hello.
Sun Titan, bring back Geist of Saint Traft, and Todd would love to have access to. Well, he would have loved to have been able to Mana Leak that, but Adam left up 3 to pay, even if Todd had it.
So we got our Star City Spirit tokens in there. It's going to be... See, now this is... The dynamic completely changes. That's why the 6 drops are so good in the matchup. You know, Concentrated Sphinx would have been really good there too, don't get me wrong. But I think, like, with the board position how we are right now, I actually think Sun Titan is just better. Because now, on Adam's attack, you know, he has access to Ratchet.
Damage
it's so much damage, but he has access to Ratchet Bomb as well. So, you know, the Spirit tokens that Todd is making are pretty relevant. And, you know, if Todd happened to draw a Geist or an Image or something like that, he can get his Geist back. Now the game is probably getting a little bit out of reach for Todd.
So Todd attacks with his Angel and 2 Spirits.
He drew a Snapcaster Mage. That's not a bad draw. It's never a bad draw, though.
No.
Adam has a Leak in his hand. I didn't see the other card that he drew. He's definitely going to snag his guy. I assume there's going to be a Vapor Snag here. Yep.
And Vapor Snag on Sun Titan from Todd.
Life total should be 9-9 for you guys at home. I'm fairly sure. The attack from Todd last turn was 5. Yeah, and then the Vapor Snag damage puts him to 9. So life totals are pretty precarious right now. A Geist attack might not be the wisest thing he can do. But at the same time, if he does make a Geist attack and Snapcaster trades, then when he plays his Sun Titan post combat, he can either get the Geist back or just get his Ratchet Bomb back to take care of the tokens that Todd can make with Moorland Haunt. So
another great trick, I think, with the Geist, now that you have Restoration Angel, is you can attack in a spot where you normally wouldn't, flash in the Angel and save the Geist.
Yeah, and that's really, really important. Yeah, he's going to get back Bomb to protect himself, as I thought he would. And he still has himself open to make a Moorland Haunt token if, say, Todd does draw a Sword of Feast and Famine. Yeah. Where he can block Restoration Angel,
So Todd in with 1 Spirit and the Restoration Angel. Looks like Adam's going to go ahead and make a Spirit.
Yeah, make a Spirit to block Restoration Angel.
And then blow the Ratchet Bomb.
Blow the Ratchet Bomb to kill the guys. And he's just got... The card advantage from Sun Titan is going to be too much now.
Yeah. So Todd scoops it up, and Adam evens up the match. Going to game 3 here between Adam Prosak and Todd Anderson at StarCityGames.com Open Series here in Columbus.
And so that's exactly what we talked about during the sideboarding games is, they both have their varying 6-drops. Versus Consecrated Sphinx versus Sun Titan, which one's going to be better? In that particular game, it's kind of hard to say which card would have been better.
Right, we never saw a Sphinx.
Yeah, and so. we can play pretend if Adam's Sun Titan was a Consecrated Sphinx.
Yeah.
I think both would have been very good in that situation.
Yeah.
The way that Sun Titan played out is you see Adam is smiling, and I know he's smiling because I know Todd did not see Sun Titan coming at all.
Yeah, I mean that was like a Sun Titan that drew into Geist of Saint Traft, Ratchet Bomb. I'm sorry, it was like a Sphinx that drew into it. That's what I meant.
It contained every problem while being a bigger body, but it also opened him up into, a small window where Todd's Restoration Angel can kind of steal the game.
Right.
So. It's interesting because you can look at Sun Titan as, I have these guaranteed resources. I have a Ratchet Bomb. I have a Geist of Saint Traft. I know the things I have versus Consecrated Sphinx where I don't know what I'm drawing. So, are the two mystery cards I'm going to draw every turn better than the resources I've already drawn this game?
Right.
That's where, it's kind of tough. I don't really think, 4/6 versus 6/6. It's kind of marginal difference.
Yeah.
Obviously, every damage counts in Magic.
Of course.
But... the 4/6 would be able to block Restoration Angel, where the 6/6 is maybe a little bit faster damage, and that adds up with the gut shots and the paper snacks and that sort of thing. So,
yeah, I mean, you saw, or we saw in game 1 how Adam just really didn't draw anywhere near as an impressive subset of cards as Todd, and so if something similar had happened maybe in game 2 where Adam didn't really draw that well, didn't really have, was drawing maybe some ponders and probes, gut shots. Sun Titan's not really going to be that impressive when it can't get back anything, or it can just get back like
one thing. What if he's just returning a Delver of Secrets?
Right, exactly. It's not very impressive. So we know it's a swingy thing. The Sun Titan able to get you really good cards if you've already seen really good cards.
And so the other thing that you brought up in sideboarding is you said that you would bring in a Divine Offering to kind of hedge against the swords that Adam has.
Yeah.
So that's where it kind of there's so many layers to the matchup. It's crazy because bringing a Divine Offering is perfectly acceptable because you can Divine Offering a sword, you have Snapcaster to get it back, but then Adam can go over the top with you because he has Sun Titan in his deck. It's like, go ahead, feel free to Divine my sword because it's coming back.
Yeah.
And I don't care if you blow it up twice because it's coming back. So what's it matter? And that's just another subset of the game that you're going to play.
Everybody trying to next level each other.
Yeah. Is this deck good?
Seems
you think Blue White Delver's a good deck?
I'd say it's a good deck.
Okay.
I think that's fair to say. I mean, maybe it's just the players that are playing it. I mean, flying men that kind of don't fly but then turn into wild Nicodles.
Yeah, flying wild Nicodles. I don't want to say better Mistbind Click because they're pretty different cards, but for all intents and purposes, Mistbind Click, Mana Leak, Snapcaster Mage, which I think we all know how good that is. I don't even have to talk about that. And then just the sideboarding games. And then, there's this 3-mana 6/6 that you can't target for all intents and purposes. I wouldn't... you can call it the best deck if you want.
It seems reasonable.
It seems fairly good.
Everybody's, got their opinion. But I wonder if Todd brought in Tamiyo, and I just wonder how good Tamiyo would be. It seems like it could be. I mean, in that case... could have shut down the Sun Titan.
Would have been huge that game.
Yeah.
Sun Titan won out of the game straight up.
Yeah, so...
And then once again, the other thing with the Sun Titan versus Consecrated Sphinx is Tamiyo isn't that good against Consecrated Sphinx because you're still going to draw 2 cards.
Right, exactly.
Tapping it is pretty good, but... Oh, now this is interesting.
All right, so Todd, turn 1 Gitaxian Probe, which he pays for with mana. We see Seachrome Coast, Mana Leak, Island, Delver, Island, Gitaxian Probe, and Mana Leak. So two Mana Leaks, pair of islands, a Seachrome Coast, and a Probe, and a Delver. So Adam, Seachrome Coast into Delver.
Now this game is so much different than the last one. Because they both have just infinite Mana Leaks. Adam has 2. I think Todd has 3. Yeah, Todd has 3.
Wow.
So now it's just going to be they're going to run their spells in each other's mana leaks, or they can play the longer version of the game where they just try to draw enough lands to try to get through the mana leak phase of the game.
So Todd flashes back Probe with Snapcaster. It sees Adam drew a gut shot.
A little Silvergill Adept action, if you will.
Yep. And Adam now will play a gut shot of, a Gitaxian Probe of his own.
Now I want the info. Now I want to see how many mana leaks you have. And I was over here talking about boarding out mana leak.
And here, there's 5.
Yeah, and there are
right
5
now between their 2 hands. Yeah.
Yeah. So who's the idiot? Is it me? I think it might be me, because I want them in the board, and they're going to be fantastic this game. So
it looks like Todd also had 2 Snapcasters at hand. So besides the one on the table.
Yeah. So this is going to be a clinic, and end of turn. End of turn, I'm going to do this. End of turn, I'm going to do that. Gutter Ball is going to clear that out of the way. Now the only problem here for Todd. Okay, Adam is going to play a little Silvergill Adept.
Yep, Snapcaster, Gitaxian Probe.
Todd can very easily just lose to the, I flipped my Delver, I'm going to kill you with my Delver part of the game now.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't have an answer in his hand right now. You know, there is no Gut Shot, which, okay.
Got a Vapor Snag.
He drew a Vapor Snag, but now, because they both have so many mana leaks, now we just have to get our cards into play as fast as we can. Like, see, I don't, for Todd, you know, is his Snapcaster going to be good now?
Yeah, it's going to be a. He can flash it in here. It's just going to do nothing. But all right, so Vapor Snag on Adam's attacking Delver, which did not flip, by the way. Snapcaster looks to have gotten in. Adam plays land.
Perfectly content passing. Adam has the board advantage. He's got the mana leaks as well. Todd needs some lands to get out of the situation to get through this mana leak shield. That's going to get through mana leak real well.
Cavern of Souls from Todd. So that was a trump that Todd has that Adam does not. So
and I'm pretty sure Joey, he did not have that at the beginning of the turn.
Yeah, he didn't have that earlier. Yeah. So he writes down whatever it is he named there. I think he named.
My assumption is it's human.
Human, yeah.
Now, that's a pretty easy name because he has Snapcaster Mage in his hand, but we can definitely see at some point in this game that come back to bite him because he doesn't have white mana.
Right.
So if he does draw Restoration Angel,
can't do a thing.
It's not coming in.
Snapcaster Mage bringing the beats again for Adam.
Delver can slide through a mana leak. And Todd can feel free and just pay it.
So Delver gets mana leaked and mana leaked. So 2 mana leaks to take out Adam's Delver.
And in my book, that's a fair trade for Adam. You can't be unhappy.
Yeah, I'd be fine with that if I were Adam.
All right, well, there's our white. So that part of the game is over now.
Although the Restoration Angel is counterable.
That's true. And Todd still has the information that he has 2 leaks, so we know that. I think I saw a Thought Scour in his hand. It was either a Thought Scour or a Steel Sabotage. I'm not 100% positive.
All right, so Todd making a Spirit with the Moorland Haunt.
Any trades?
And
that's a Dismember.
Yeah, I was trying
to. That's an expensive way to kill a token.
Yeah, really. Your Spirit just attacked me for 4 without attacking. So Adam dismembers Todd's Spirit.
Does he want to counter the Ponder?
Now attempts to cast Ponder, and Todd with mana leak number 3.
I think if I'm Adam here, I would fight back.
Adam appears to agree. So mana leaks Todd's mana leak, Ponder resolves, and we definitely saw a Delver in there.
I saw a Sun Titan.
All right, so we got Delver, Sun Titan, and Mystery card at the moment.
Now this game, as you brought up in sideboarding, Sun Titan is not looking like it's gonna be that good.
Yeah, I see a Delver. Has nothing but Delver to bring back.
I see a Delver, and Snapcaster Mage may die, but
yeah, it's not anywhere near as impressive as it was last game with Ratchet Bomb and Geist of Saint-Traft available. Todd plays Delver of Secrets.
It's the opportunity to trade here, which I truthfully think he's going to take. If he gets the chance to take it, I think he's going to take it.
So,
how good do you think the mana leaks were this game?
This game, they seemed like they were okay. I think Todd using 2 to take care of 1 Delver was almost like, hey, I've got all these mana leaks, I should use them, kind of thing. But Delver and Snapcaster trade. So there was that trade you mentioned.
Yeah, I think a pretty predictable trade, just because, as you can see, Todd has Moorland Haunt available to him. He just wants to keep some ammo up for that, is my assumption.
Yeah. I mean, if Adam's going to pay 4 life to get rid of every spirit I make, I'm happy to make spirits as often as possible.
Adam cleared away Todd's, or Adam Thoughts got himself and cleared away his own Sun Titan. So,
oh wow,
and he's clearing away some things here as well.
Yeah, he just flashed back Thought Scour, dumped Probe and Restoration Angel into the bin.
I can't tell if he's got a gut shot in his hand. I don't think that he does. So on the off chance that Todd either has left his swords in or draws one this turn, he can connect. But it doesn't look like he has that. I see a Snapcaster and Island for Todd along with a mystery card.
Todd gets in with the spirit.
Might just be 2 Snapcaster Mages. I can't tell for sure.
Yeah, yeah, it's 2 Snapcasters. I'm almost positive.
Yep. We have 2 there. Nothing too exciting for him to... Actually, I take that back. Mana Leak is actually fairly exciting to get back if he wants to. Yeah. And this is the same thing as last turn because the trades are favorable and Todd has a Moreland Haunt and he doesn't, which is once again another layer to the games of Delver Mirrors.
Right. So Todd flashes in a Snapcaster, gives his Mana Leak flashback, and trades Snapcasters, making it so Adam really can't cast any spells.
Well, we're going to be able to slide that through. See,
all right.
This is where things get so tough for Adam because, you know, you spoke about the Dismember, where, you know, 4 damage to kill a spirit, which kind of made sense in the short term. But Adam's at 6 right now, and he just gut shot it. He just gut shot as well to put himself down to 6. Now he's down to 5. His life total is down to 4. His life total is just getting dangerously low, and with Human being named on Cavernous Souls, you know, a Snapcaster can come in. There's nothing he can do about it. He doesn't really have a good way to go about gaining life. The life totals are low now, and as though, you know, I kind of felt like Adam was kind of leading this game for a little bit. Who's really in the lead?
Yeah, it seemed like Adam thought this was a race he could win, but Todd's been able to turn things around. Really put the brakes on Adam's offense.
So he's shoving in. All right, so there's the 6 mana point.
And Geist of St. Trapp from Adam.
Played around Mana Leak.
Yeah, I mean, Todd can Snapcaster Mana Leak, but Adam can just pay.
I truthfully think that Adam, I can't see his hand very well, but I think that we're in the point in the game where if Todd has Equipment Stone in his deck, I think it's just going to win him the game. If he ever draws a sword, something like that, it's probably going to put the game away. Or, you know, what Todd can even do here is, you know, if he wants to play to his outs that are really backbreaking, you know, Mana Leak, Snapcasting Mana Leak isn't a great play right now because he can obviously pay for it, but, you know, in the interim, if that's the play that he makes, he gives himself the opportunity to draw Consecrated Sphinx, and he has a 6 mana to cast it. It taps Adam out, you know, and that window's open. So in the Delver Mirrors, what it looks like to me, it's just all about kind of playing to the open windows that you do have.
Yeah. Now, one thing that I thought Todd might have done there, but which he didn't, was he has a Vapor Snag in hand, and he had a Snapcaster, and I mean that represents two life right there. With Adam so low, he could have kind of maybe let the Geist resolve, which obviously it did anyway, and use Vapor Snag to mitigate some of the angel damage if he wanted, or bounce the Snapcaster. But he could have gone, you know, Vapor Snag, Snapcaster, Vapor Snag. And meanwhile, chip away with Vapor Snags and the Spirit token. So, and he's got a Snapcaster of his own, obviously, in that scenario as well. So, but Todd uses the Snapcaster for Mana Leak, and Adam pays. Now we've gotten to Adam's attack step, and he is swinging with the Geist and an Angel. So Todd now about to lose half his life total if he doesn't have a play here.
Well, he can. So this is tough because Todd's looking at the Vapor Snag in his hand.
Right.
You know, he has the option if he can bounce the Angel, he can bounce his own Snapcaster Mage to potentially, you know, return it, recast it, maybe retarget his Vapor Snag in his graveyard or his Mana Leak, block his Geist, and then be able to make a token with Moreland Haunt and kill him in the air. So there are a lot of angles to his play here.
Right.
Adam's play is fantastic because his play is simple. I have to attack to win.
Yeah.
You know, and then it's up to you to make the decisions on what you want to do.
Yeah, I mean, but all right, Adam's at 2 life.
He's at 2, and Todd has a Vapor Snag in his hand.
Right. So it seems to me
at
that
1.
Yeah, like attack you down to 1, Vapor Snag something. Seems all right.
Seems easy. Adam has a leak. Did he just draw another 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3? Okay, that doesn't do anything. Inward.
All right, Adam swings. Todd at 6. He did choose to take all that damage from the Geist and the Angel last turn, but he's got a Vapor Snag, and Adam, I believe, is at 1. Is that what we think? Okay, so we're having issues with the
I mean, I'm pretty
communicating with the judge, but I think
I'm pretty sure he's at 1. Let's bounce a token. Yep.
Double mana leak.
Double mana leak.
That's it. Okay, yeah. Todd Anderson takes the match in a very interesting, very complicated game. A match, Delver mirror match. So.